Did, and I'm doing my Periscope for today. Just kind of getting back from lunch, so I wanted to go ahead and do my Periscope today. If you have not liked it, go ahead and like it or share it out. Let them know that the Funnel Helper is on Periscope today, and we're going to get some work in. We're going to get it done real quick. All right. So today we're talking about I wonder if it's going to be backwards while I'm writing, because it kind of looks backward on my end. But one thing we're going to talk about is how to stop wasting money on your advertising. Okay. How to stop wasting money on your advertising. So the way it works is one of the ways that people waste the most money in their marketing and their advertising is by going after the wrong target. They do not have a clear objective on who you should be advertising to, right? So I got a client of mine, and she came to me and said, hey Lee, I just got a call from a guy that wants to sell advertising. So I said, okay, where would you be advertising? She said, on the back of receipts at like a Dollar General store or something, or a gas station, different things. So on the back of receipts, she could have a coupon for her business, right? And I'm like, does your business read the back of receipts? You know, and just for it's in the childcare industry, right? So I said, no, do not do that. No, absolutely, I forbid you to buy that advertising. Why? Number one, it's on the back of receipts at gas stations and in Dollar General stores or whatever, and that might not be the parent. That might not be the best way to find your ideal customer, right? So, but that got me thinking, man, maybe some people don't know the best way to identify their market, so they're wasting money on different things. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit on how to stop wasting money by identifying your target market, right? So many times on the funnel, and that really looks backward to me. Is that backwards? So, okay, well, I'm just going to keep going. So, many times we see that people will start with who, right? And I always recommend that you start with who. But in the marketing funnel, there's a couple areas. There's who you're talking to. There's what you're going to say. There is where you're going to advertise or market. There is what you're going to offer, or what your offer is going to be. And the sequence is how you're going to tell them about your offer and how you're going to move them through the funnel, right? So can anyone guess how many or which part of this is the most important? Because if you go to a copywriter, they'll say, hey, what you say is the most important. So we have to get the words right, what you say. Where, so your advertiser, usually those who are selling advertising in magazines or back of receipts or whatever, they're going to say where. They're going to say, hey, this is where, putting your target in this newspaper or in this newsletter is where you want to be, right? Some will say, no, it's not what you say. It's not where you say it. It's what your offer is, right? So if you have a really good offer, of course they're going to take it, right? If you give 50% off, or you give, a free coaching session or whatever, it's the offer, say you're going to give this and a bonus and an extra and yada, yada, yada. So the offer is what makes the difference. Well, that's actually, and then if you talk to someone like me, another person that builds funnels, they may say the sequence. So it's where you place different things in the process, right? So if you offer this, and then there's the upsell, there's the downsell, there's the turnaround sale, and the mystery sale, But if we, the true marketers, the experienced marketers, the ones that are doing this day in and day out, like myself, this is what we will tell you. All right. I'm going to give you the percentage of what each one of them should have. Right. So I would say that if you combine all these together, what you say, where you say it, what the offer is, and the sequence, that's going to be about 50%. About 50% of your marketing should go into getting this part right. Well, for you mathematicians, I'm pretty sure you figure this out. Where will the rest of it? The rest of the other 50% goes to who? Who you are marketing to. I guarantee that if you get the who right, then you will, number one, it makes the rest of this stuff easier, right? It makes the rest of this process a lot better. Now, sometimes I'll talk to clients and I'll say, because I always start with the who. I know that if I can get dialed in on the target market, if we can get their target dialed in to the center, I know that we'll be able to figure out the rest of it. So sometimes I'll say, hey, who's your target market? I gotta fly through this. Hey, who's your target market? And they'll say, hey, I talk parents, people with money issues, right? And I'm like, people with money issues? That's like everybody, right? So we really have to narrow it down. Are we talking about new parents? Are we talking about millennials? There's a friend of mine that is, she focuses on millennials. Are we talking about, I know I really didn't get serious about my money, managing my money until I became a parent. So are we talking about new parents or are we talking about empty nesters, right? Because how you talk to each person is going to be different. How you communicate with them is going to be different, right? So make sure you got the who down. Who that? But never mind. Make sure you got the who down, okay? Because once you get the who down, then the what, the where, the offer, and the sequence gets a whole lot easier because now you can have in your mind exactly who you're talking to. Now you know what to say. Now you know where to run the ad. Now you know what the offer will be, and we can help you build the sequence. I hate somebody comes to me and they said, hey, here is the sequence. And then I say, well, who's the who? And they haven't got nailed down on the who, right? So you may say, all right, Lee, how do I figure out who my who is? Or one common response I get is, hey, I talk to a lot of different people. My market really is a large market. One of my clients, they sell, food, meal plans. So, well, everybody eats. So my market is everybody that eats. So I said, okay, well, let's do this. Pick one. Pick who you want to go with, right? And then I get the question, well, how do I pick, right? So I'm going to teach you real quick a 3-step way on picking. Hopefully, there you go. I'm down here. How to pick. So 3 things you should look for when you're picking the market, because just pick it and go. I say you pick it and go. How do I pick, Lee? The first way to pick is you go by your success. All right? You go with your success. Hey, if you're having success with new parents, then you go with new parents. If you're having success with speakers and coaches, then you work with speakers and coaches. If you're having success with the childcare industry, then focus on the childcare industry, because what you say to the childcare industry, and then you'll have some proof because you've had success in that area. So number 1, focus on success. Well, you may say, hey, I'm just getting started and I don't necessarily have the most success with it. All right, well, if that's the case and you are having to pick your market and you don't really have success with a certain group yet, that's okay. Don't give up. Don't drop out of the game. What you want to do is, and I'm on my knee because I'm really getting into this. What you want to do is not success. So you want to go with a model, right? Go with a model. Hey, I haven't had success, but I know somebody that's in this industry that's doing well. So I'm going to model what they do. Hey, how you doing? Person just showed up. We're talking about how to stop wasting money by identifying your who, right? So the next thing you do is your model. Model a successful business. Or if you're not having personal success, model someone that is having success until you can get to success. A friend of mine, Jomo Cousin, says that success leaves clues, right? So model someone that is having success. So identify what they're doing, pick it, and go. Because you will learn along the way. You learn by movement, right? You'll learn by movement. So, and then the third piece, okay, you may say, I do have multiple clients or multiple ideas, so I don't necessarily have to model. I am having success. Well, in this one, I say, follow the money, right? That's a pretty easy one. Follow the money. So if you're like, hey, who should I be marketing to? Who should I build my funnel to attract? Who should I be working toward? Or this sales funnel that I'm creating, who should it go to? Well, if you don't have success with a client that you can use, if you didn't model anybody, then go with where you make the most money, right? Because if you're making some money, then you can get good at it, or you can hire somebody to do the stuff you're not good at. All right. So those are the three things today. We talked about how to stop making money, or stop. No, we did not talk about how to stop making money. We talked about how to stop wasting money, and you stop wasting money by identifying your who and going to the right people. All right, this is Lee, aka the Funnel Helper, and I just showed you how to stop wasting money and have more effective advertising. I'll be doing a couple more scopes. I think I'm going to go a little deeper into criteria for your who in another session, but that's been enough for today, and I thank you for checking it out. Make sure to follow me on Periscope. And you can connect with me on Twitter at Fullest Extent, or you can hit me up on Facebook if you want to chat. All right, talk to you soon.